Hi. Uh, Whoever knows me knows me. Whoever doesn't, or there's a chance for you to know me. You see, there's an issue that we must address here. The issue is about politics. I'm not going to address a lot of issues. I'm just going to talk about politics. So the issue of GNU. I live in a very local area. It's it's almost a village. It's pretty much a village, you know. So I need to talk about politics and how the GNU is affecting everyone, and how the GNU is affecting um, a lot of people on the ground. When a lot of people who are deciding on what the GNU is supposed to be like, they don't take a lot of time thinking about what the people on the ground are saying or what the people on the ground are doing. And for me, that's an issue because I'm on the ground, pretty much on the ground, on the gutters. Yeah, well, so for me, it's an issue because we have a lot of projects that we don't have, that are supposed to be going on and they're not, and we have a lot of projects that are now standing, waiting for a lot of things to be, like a lot of signatures in a way. So, and all this is waiting for the. My music's a bit loud, so I'll just. All this is waiting for the GNU decisions. Now the GNU is formed, but then there was an issue that was not fully addressed. It was like almost addressed, but then it wasn't fully addressed. The issue of this statement of intent. You see, a lot of people on the ground don't know about, like, maybe national politics or maybe provincial politics, but I'll say national politics because national politics is the one thing that is like sort of like hoying a lot of noise in a way. So I take a lot of time trying to just understand, which is like, how is national politics, you know, have an influence on local politics. And I found out that a lot of decisions that are made without the people on the ground being consulted. And for me, there's an issue. So I'll give an example without even getting into the issue of government of national unity. You know, I'll say that because that's what they call it. So, but then I'll give you an example. So I live in a very rural area. It's a village, and a lot of people don't have an understanding or a hint of an idea of what national politics looks like, or what national politics actually influence in terms of having projects going on in Mukasi and having uh, people working, like job creation and all that. So the issue that I have, which I'll give as an example now, which is an issue that I have with, it's an issue that I have with a lot of political parties and just the states in its entirety. It's not a complaint. It's just me trying to make sure that the point that I'm trying to cross now is gonna reach, like, it's gonna make you understand in a way. So my issue here is now the projects that we're getting locally. These are the projects that are, I would say our forefathers like fought for, and we're only getting that now. And the feeling that I'm getting is that a lot of political parties, I would say the ruling party or whosoever is responsible for the signatures for us to get this project in the first place. So we're getting that, but they want us to celebrate these projects. Like these are long overdue projects. We're supposed to be getting like projects that are relevant to our social being in a way. They tend to think, I don't know why, like they tend to think that we're still looking for employment. A lot of young people are not looking for employment at this point. What we're looking for is opportunity. We're looking for opportunities to, like, sort of, we know the channels. There's a thing. Another thing is they think they think we don't know the channels to survive. They want to think for us. That's why we have a lot of old people in government now, which are now forming this GNU. We have all these people, and they're thinking for us, and they're thinking it's a good thing that they have to think for us in the first place, because we're young people, we can think for ourselves. But there's people like me, and there's more, in fact, who are thinking about these things. But at the end of the day, you grow old thinking, because you're constantly trying to reach out. You're constantly trying to, knock the doors that even the Bible said, keep knocking, and one day the doors will be opened for you. But we've been keeping knocking. We've been knocking for the longest time. We've been knocking for the longest time, and it 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 looks like no one is like even trying to hear what the young people say. For me, it's an issue, because it's an issue because even the political parties during the past election, the now election, the 29th May election, I looked at the campaign and of different political parties. They still campaign the same way how they campaign uh, back in I mean, I would say 2004 or so. You understand? I'll keep switching these languages because I can do that. So, like, it makes me go crazy how they keep on campaigning the same way. How do you keep on campaigning the same way that you did back in '94, when you're still trying to get into power? You're in power now, but the idea of black imperialism, you know, when you think of that, you grow this selective amnesia, and you don't want to think about that, and it's a problem for us young people on the ground. Do you understand? It's an issue. It's an issue. We They would say there's this line from a hip hop song that I used to like. I forgot the artist and the name. I think it's Kendrick Lamar. He said, uh, "Don't correct me if you're not gonna show me the right way." Do you understand? So what's going on is, like, they say young people are not visible in political parties. They're not visible anywhere. In fact, so what they're doing is, like, they're chilling in Abama corners there, and all they do is talk about girls. It's all they do is talk about, nice times and all that, drinking booze. That's not all the case. There's this other case that a lot of you guys don't know about. A lot of you comrades don't know about. A lot of you people who are in power. Uh, you know, I really need to address the local. I live in the local, so I need to. My address is not even an address, it's just me talking. It's really related to political parties and just the community and local economy, local politics, local folks. It's really directed to that, because I can't talk about national whatever. That is just to shed a light that this thing that is going on, and people are trying to decide, and they decide on policies that don't favor, people on the ground, and it's a problem, because all these policies that they decide government 350. Who said we want 350? Bruh, like, give us internet, we can do everything. Just give us internet and we're okay. Do you understand? And when you are constantly trying to create employment, how can you create employment if you can't? If the ruling party can create employment, how do you expect us to trust you when you talk about, creating employment? I Really, really, I want to address the I want to address the ruling party. We had a meeting with not so long ago at the place that I stay at. We had a meeting with the mayor. It was a nice meeting, uh, but it was also not a nice meeting. I'm not gonna jippy jab about the mayor. I respect the mayor. I just need to address the ruling party. Look, you've lost power. Almost went into an opposition party from 94. This was going to be a first time from 94, but then it didn't happen. So the problem is here. A lot of comrades were in power. A lot of struggle heroes were in power now, and they're still there as old people. I don't understand why, but then they're still there. They're very there, and then they're like deciding for us as abantabasha, which is a problem. Yeah, well, so they're thinking, Kore, the wrongs that they're doing and the mistakes that they're doing and all the flops that they're doing, and them turning this big movement of this liberation movement, the ANC, African National Congress. For me, this is not actually a party. I have an uncle who is a big time politician, so he's a ANC, big time ANC comrade. So I get to debate with him sometimes, and there's this one thing that he told me about the ANC. He told me the ANC is not actually a party. Motolo. Narabalo velu akalaver, Jacabloza, Rabacabloza, la Rabalabole Narlevojore. Antatalam Calavan, Tatalakulcomada. Antatalam Calavan Bojor, Panamomodolo, Tolo Bella Vale. Rabella Tatalaka ANC. Antatalam Calabalam Bojor ANC. I'm making a lot of noise because this is what the man said. I need you to understand this thing. It's so important to me. And if you like the ANC, this should be important to you. If you are a comrade of the ANC, of the African National Party, this should be important to you. This should be your direction. This should be how you look at the ANC. This should be your purpose of being in the ANC, not just a comrade of a movement of the ideology of comrade must eat. It's an old thing. You must come back. So this is what the man said. He said, Olo, Tatanela, Obachawar, ANC, Barriaba Fanayanani, Barriaba Calave, Calava Womera, Calava, Calava Fasilacam Canabla. Tatanelem Calavomo, Lukamata. Our ANC is not a party. It's a movement. ANC is a movement. The ANC was banned at some point to go into Tanzania. To start as a Tanzania. And then ANC was formed from Tanzania, from scratch. And these old people that are now our ancestors, they formed this ANC that came back as a movement, no longer a party. It moved from Tanzania, it went into Congo, it went into Zimbabwe, it went into different African countries. So there were decisions that were made. ANC had students, ANC had guerrillas who'd go into military training. ANC had students who'd go into Harvard University, big ass Harvard universities. Do you understand? Excuse my French. So they did that. This was a strategy of the now ruling party, but then the African National Congress. And we only be ANC. Let the care back. If you let the care, ANC. ANC needed la mamma la malovanyana. Back then,
back in the day, that was the ANC, not the now ANC. The now ANC is just ANC because it's ANC. Really, rabale ANC, bakalabe. Rabale ANC yamata, matakuduka mata. The ANC bakalabe, chorma shole magarela, chorma shole. Abatala shumisha kopolo, sa shumisha la shata. Our parasikipa are narama ANC, not the kind of comrades. I'm talking about the back in the day comrades. I'm talking about the Sobukwe kind of comrades. I'm talking about the Mandela kind of comrades, Mr. President. I'm talking about the Lituli kind of presidents. I'm talking about the back in the day Thabo Mbeki kind of presidents. I'm talking about a lot of African National Congress comrades who really made the difference. They identify themselves as a group, which was the liberation movement back in the day, not the party, the movement, the ANC movement. They identify themselves as this group, and then they split themselves from this group, like one by one. And then they went into this solitary confinement of just trying to understand what the apartheid is. Do you understand? I'm not even gonna call it apartheid. It's not even apartheid for me. It's apartheid. Then anla ko vulavula Xitsonga nta bayisa van'we nta tshama hi vulavula yona English ya wehe mlungu. Now, you see, all that fighting, all that Tanzania, all that 94, all that 76, all the massacre that has ever happened to Africans, not just South Africans. Because I'm talking as a quasi Pan-Africanist. I'm not necessarily a Pan-Africanist, I'm just an African. I'll use the word African. I'm not even going to use Azania or Africa or... I'll use the word African because that's what we agreed on as Africans. Because we're going to keep on using Africa because we can decide today because we're no longer Africa. Now we can't decide that because we have IMF going on, we have World Bank going on, we have all these funds going on, that we have loans that we can pay back. I know I started this video as or whatever clip as I'm gonna talk about local politics, and I'm trying to rap and I can't even rap, and I'm like, look, I think I've talked enough. That was just a political end that I'm trying to reach with you guys. Do you understand? So I'm gonna keep on making these videos. I'm not sure if you're gonna like them. If you don't like them, I mean, you can deal with it. If you like them, I mean, up with it. Do you understand? So I'll keep on making these videos just to share knowledge on local politics. I'll share knowledge on provincial politics. I'll share a lot of insight on national politics. I'll share a lot of insight on global politics. I'll share a lot of insight on, I mean, just like a lot of policies that affects us on the ground. Like my mind is always on the ground. You see, I don't want to blow my horn, but I can say this because, I mean, this is my video. Do you understand? So I started this I don't even know what to call it because people gave it names already. But then I call it Baswa Morai. Do you understand? Abacha Basekasi. That's what I call it. So what we do is we have a lot of people from different political parties. We gather and we talk about local issues, like the issue Jamukasi that affect down. We talked about the Hampo Jamukasi. We talked about youth center that we're trying to get Mugasi, and it's so possible, but it looks like a lot of people who are in power now, they're trying to communicate the idea of, look guys, it's not possible. And the thing is,
a lot of people that we have go that team that we have going on, but a lot of them are fortunately educated, so it's easy for us to understand the right channels. Like we always follow petition, the right way of complaining. So we complain based on policies. We are guided by these policies because we can be policed by these clowns. Do you understand? But I'm not calling anyone clowns. I'm just trying to be funny. But then that's okay. Another thing is, so this thing that we have going on is just like some sort of, on my own, I call it like an accountability team. There's like a team from different political parties, and whosoever who is not a comrade, I started this thing as just a member of a community. I have a party now that I'm a member of. I don't have the membership card yet, but then in heart I'm a member. I've been a member since back in the day in heart. I'll be a member soon. So I hope whatever that I said made sense. I tried to be funny. If you found me funny, I will share another video. I'll try to be even more funny. I can rap, guys. You guys don't know. I can even talk in voices. You guys don't even know. But then there's gonna be more videos. You guys are gonna find out. And I mean, yeah, that's okay.